Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's streaming live on YouTube.
Yes,
It's okay.
live.
Thank you, Sheetal and Pravesh. You have been such wonderful hosts, both of you.
Thank you,
Thank
Pratap.
you. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Captain Pratap, thank you for that.
Yeah, just hold on. I'll give you when to start.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Right. We are all set to go.
Okay, amazing. So, good morning to US. Good afternoon, good evening to the rest of the world, and welcome to Mind Retreat. So, I'm your host for today. My name is Sheetal Jogia, for those of you who have not met me yet, and for those of you who do not know me. And I'm based in London. I live in proper London City, and I'm one of the core members of Mind Retreat together with Pravesh Savanji from Mauritius. And we would
Hello.
like to welcome you to today's session, which is Excellence is Not a Skill, it is an Attitude. For those of you who do not know me, I have been with Mind Retreat since the beginning, and I unfortunately have not been able to attend a few sessions recently simply because of personal commitments and just other things happening around here. But Mind Retreat will not leave me, and I will not leave Mind Retreat. Even if I wanted to be away, I'm sure it will, Captain Pratap will drag me back. So it's so good to be back again and being the host. So what we're going to do today, and I thought it'll be nice to have a little bit of interaction, is a little game, okay? And I will instruct you accordingly, and you can just follow me. So anyone who is not able to get the instructions, please let me know, and I will repeat them. Is that okay? Yeah? So
Okay.
let's start with the exercise now. So can everyone take a second and make sure they are on the gallery view and turn off your camera for now. Okay, so we all want to be on the gallery view. So do we all know how to get onto the gallery view? So if you click on your picture, extreme right hand side, there are 3 dots. Click on the 3 dots, okay, and you will see gallery view there. Okay, or for others, at the right hand side of your screen, extreme right hand side of the screen, there is something called view. If you click on that and click on gallery view, you will see a little tick and you'll be put on a gallery view. So everyone, if you can go on to gallery view for me and then turn off your video. So I'm going to turn off my video. Okay?
Excuse me, madam.
I don't see gallery view.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Okay.
what is it same with yes? Is
yes.
it same with view full transcript?
That's it. View, you will see standard, you'll see side-by-side speaker, and then you'll see side-by-side gallery. That's the gallery view.
Okay.
Click on that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
this
you.
is not available on the mobile phone. Those who have connected
Yeah.
from mobile, it's not available.
Oh.
On a laptop.
Yeah, only on laptop. So you just continue.
But it's okay. Just turn off
Yeah,
your
just
camera.
tell them to turn off their video or turn on their video.
Yeah, just turn off the video camera. That's fine. All right. Is everyone with me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So for those of you who have just joined me, if you just put yourselves, if you're on a laptop, I'll repeat the instructions. Put yourself on a gallery view and turn your video stroke camera off. Okay. And now we'll start a little game. So if you are in your teens or 20s, Turn your camera on for us.
Oops.
Turn your camera or your video on if you're in your teens or your 20s.
Pravesh, you are not in your teens or 20s.
Yes, yes, sorry.
He wants to be. Praveshji, it's what your heart tells you.
No.
You are only as old as you feel. Okay, next, if you're in
Really?
your 30s or fab 40s, you can now turn your camera on. 30s, 40s. 30s, 40s. Turn your camera on. Okay. If you're in your 50s, turn camera on. Yay. And now let's go to the 60s and 70s. Turn your cameras on. '60s, '70s. Turn your camera on. Yeah. I still have a few people who don't have the cameras on. Akashdeep, you can't be over 70. You need to turn your camera on.
They're all above 100 years old, including
All
Deepa, Akashdeep, right?
So turn your cameras on.
Shalini.
Okay.
Shalini, are you from Rajkot,
Brilliant.
Udaipur? Shalini.
Okay. So the main purpose of this exercise is to show us the diversity of our participants, the diversity of our group, that we have members of Mind Retreat who are as young as in their teens, probably about 15, 16, to members who are well into their 70s. So you can see that Mind Retreat is not just for a specific age group. It's basically for everyone and anyone. And it's just so incredible and it's so lovely to see people of all ages joining us. So I thank you all again. And I know we all love absorbing information and are incredible listeners, but it makes a lot more sense. And I think it's more enjoyable when people interact with one another, when they speak to one another and get to learn a little bit more about one another. That makes the whole session much more fun and much more enjoyable. Okay, so in the chat box, or if you have any questions later on during the session or in the middle of the session, I would want you to put your questions in. I will make sure that I keep an eye on the chat box and relate it back to Captain Pratap, so that he can answer some of your queries. So we want to make this session as interactive as possible. Okay, and now without much ado, I would like to introduce Captain Pratap Mehta, our showstopper for today. So just a little bit about Captain Mehta, for those of you who are our first time participants and don't know about him. So Captain Pratap took a premature retirement from the Indian Navy after serving her for nearly a quarter of a century. Though he's a postgraduate of nautical science and strategic studies, and besides being an apt motivational speaker, he has always had a passion for energy healing, meditation, yoga, spirituality, and has helped guide hundreds of people in mind reprogramming and mindful meditation. So, coming back to the theme of our masterclass today, excellence is not a skill, it is an attitude. So, what is it all about? So, everybody today looks at sports stars, musicians, artists, any famous person and say, wow, what an amazing talent. I wish I could possess that kind of talent. People often confuse themselves with the thought whether excellence is all about talent. If not, then what is it? So, what is attitude? That is something that we want to know about. How do I develop one, and why so many stars have failed? So, these are some of the questions perhaps we all have. And on that note, I'll hand it over to Captain Pratap Mehta, who will help us navigate these important questions. So, Captain Pratap Mehta, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sheetal. How are you all? You all guys rock and make me really proud. How is it? Beautiful day? I guess you were talking about London, Sheetal. How is the day?
So
It's lovely. It's
we have
nice
some
and
glorious
yeah.
sunshine, 24 degrees. So
Yes,
it's absolutely amazing.
I know. Same here in Mumbai. Blue sky, fluffy white clouds. I really love that. Okay. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. People from all different time zones. And of course, my proud countrymen. Before we deep dive into excellence is not skill, it's an attitude, let me share a small story from Ramayana. All those who have come here are already successful. Yes or no? Successful, yes. Anyone who doesn't have a house, anyone who has not been on vacation, imagine 75% of people on the earth do not have these privileges. But do we want to remain here is a question. Or do we want to make a difference to ourselves and the world around us? Certainly, yes, we want to make a difference. Let me share a small story from our great epic Ramayana. Once upon a time, Lord Rama was taking a morning walk at the beach before final assault on Sri Lanka. He was contemplating strategy to cross that Park Strait, that small waterways there, right? And he saw, along with morning tide, came hundreds of starfishes. And when the tide receded, they were left behind, and the morning sun rays would die, left to die. The tide was fresh and the starfish was still alive. Rama took a few steps, picked up one and threw it into the water. He did that repeatedly. Picked up one, threw it into the water. Right behind him was Hanuman, his loyal devotee. Yeah, I guess everyone knows who is Hanuman. And who would understand what Rama was doing. He caught up with him and asked, "What are you doing, my lord? There are hundreds of starfish. How many can you help? What difference does it make?" Rama did not reply. He took 2 more steps, picked up another and threw it into the water and said, "It makes a difference to this one." So friends, what difference are we making, big or small? It does not matter. If everyone made a small difference, we would end up with a big difference, won't we? Right. Yes, many people have felt a personal sense of disempowerment or disconnection from their goals and vision during these trying times, including unstable mental health during these trying times. What if, even in the face of uncertainty and upheaval, you could have clarity of vision and even amplify it? Yes, I'm leading with impact about excellence is not skill, it is an attitude. And we are going to be working with corporate professionals, consultants, and more importantly, the students to share my views on excellence is not skill, it is an attitude. In my stage of life, I am focused on giving back. I want to teach as many as I can and help as many as I can in the time I'm left to do so. I know that today's topic may bring up a number of questions from you, and I want to let you know that I will address as many as I can in the time we have today. Right, friends? So let's begin. We all look at sports stars like what Sheetal mentioned a few minutes back, sports stars, musicians, artists, and say, wow, what an amazing talent. I wish I could possess that kind of a skill. People often confuse themselves with the thought that excellence is all about skill. However, excellence is not about skill alone, not about skill alone. And that's what you're going to see in the next 30 minutes. You're going to listen, you're going to watch me, share with you. In fact, a major portion of excellence has nothing to do with skill. Beyond a certain point, skill or inability is the most useless virtue to possess. It is what you do with that talent that counts. It's what you do with that talent counts. Beyond a point, it is the attitude. It is the attitude that counts way more than talent. Right. So you will ask me now, what is attitude? It is your response to people or circumstances around you. Attitude is your response to people or circumstances around you, be it positive or negative. The attitude, what we say in Hindi, ravaiya. The attitude or ravaiya of a person is determined by discriminating use of ideas, values, beliefs, and perceptions. It reminds me, during a campus interview at an IIM about 10 years ago, I asked a lady applicant, what kind of man would you like to see as your life partner? She responded, sir, an intellectual person with good sense of humor. On being further questioned, she explained that he should be a knowledgeable person. All the problems that you encounter with your business, relationship, converge to one basic issue called ability to use that knowledge. She's only interested in a knowledgeable person with good sense of humor. More important is how does that person have ability to use that knowledge. That is intellect. Right? Today I asked you, do you have that attitude of intellect? Right. Now you will ask me, how many terms I am going to introduce? Yes, Sheetal, you have heard about these, no? Attitude, intellect, we talked about it. Yeah, and it's the same thing I almost, it's the same motivation talk I gave in London 3 years back. Almost, yeah, right. So, why intellect? You must have observed that even the most talented people in the world have not been able to achieve what they were supposed to achieve. This is because the moment they faced roadblock, did not know what to do. When they started, it was talent that solved problems for them. Like, you all know Vinod Kambli? Yes, I'm sure, heard of him. Vinod Kambli, a brilliant batsman, made his test debut in 1993 and played his last test in 1995. Why? Great talent, very talented person. He'll hit left, right, hit centuries, but zero attitude and means no intellect. He was out of the test matches in year and a half. Friends, beyond a certain point, it is your intellect that counts. Once you are in the top league, the importance of talent fades away. This is because others present in the top league possess the same talent. So, what's the difference? The difference is intellect, the ability to use that talent. Talent might open the first door, might open the second door, but will not open the last door. So, to achieve anything in life, it is very important to have the right intellect and passion to do well. A few months back, I met a boy who, besides being a software engineer, was first class topper in his class from a good management institute, but he couldn't find his desired placement. Right? There's another girl I know is unable to find a dream life partner after a breakup. My observation was that both lacked reasoning and judgment in their thoughts and actions. Many gold medalists are not as successful as their average counterparts because most people remain unaware of the vital role the intellect plays in human life. Friends, you need to do business, you need to have a powerful intellect. You need to maintain good relationship, you need powerful intellect. So, what is intellect? What are the powerful tools to enhance your intellect? I'm going to share or throw some light on this. A human being has a physical body. The physical body is only a container which passes from one experience to another experience. Within this body, there is a mind. Within this body, there is a mind. Now, the mind has certain tools. Now, what are those? The mind has two tools. One is called emotions, that is bhavna. The other is intellect, that is buddhi, vivek. We use this very freely, but a few understand what this emotion is and what this intellect is. Right. Your emotion is a seat of feelings, your likes and dislikes. Yeah, please listen to this. What is emotion? It's a seat of feelings, your likes, dislikes, joy and sorrow, hatred, jealousy, and affection. All this resides in our mind. Beyond the emotions of mind, there lies our capacity to think. Capacity to think, to reflect, to contemplate, to judge. That is your intellect. वो आपकी बुद्धि है. That is your wisdom. वो आपका विवेक है. This enables you to think clearly, think rationally. So within the mind, you have these two wonderful tools, emotions and intellect. With emotions, you can develop all sorts of feelings, passions, but the intellect must be developed by yourself. Just to recollect, all learnings in your schools and universities take place in three domains. Three domains. Cognitive domain, that's knowledge. Psychomotor, that's practice, practicals. Then effective domain. Effective domain is nothing but attitude. That is attitude. That is knowledge, skill, and attitude. The effective domain is meant to develop our attitudes towards intellect. Friends, it's sad to say, mostly it is left to the individual, as including it in curriculum in our universities, in colleges and schools is a tall order. So it is best overlooked by most academicians. Right. Now, that's a human being. Now, what about the animals? An animal has no intellect, but it is provided by nature how to get on with life. How to get on with life, it follows certain discipline. Have you ever seen an overweight animal? Have you ever seen an animal visiting hospital? Haven't we seen an animal refusing food when they are ill or not hungry? They're not like human beings. If it's tasty, we will go bonkers. If they are not well, animals won't eat. Exceptions to these animals are our pets who are kept in captivity, who are controlled by human beings. But it has emotions and feelings which are present. They take care of their young ones and are very possessive about them. The animals have feelings, have emotions, and you can see it. They take care of their young ones. However, once the pup grows up and can hunt for their food, they are left alone. Does it happen with the human beings? How much attached are we? Man has both emotions and intellect. But for human beings, the love and attachment for their kids is lifelong, as their emotion is more powerful than their intellect. The animals follow a certain discipline provided by nature, but a man needs to be guided. A man needs to be guided by his intellect, which in many is not developed. So let me ask you, friends, is there now a difference between intelligence and intellect?
Yes.
Yes, tell me, what is the difference? Please put it, what is intelligence in the chat box? Right, Sheetal, see, my chat box is off. I will rely on your.
Yes, that's fine.
According to you, what is intelligence?
Intelligence is seeking good percentage, like 95%, 98%. So who are intelligent, they are getting good percentage.
Okay.
Whereas intellect is utilizing the circumstances in life effectively in such a way that you're also advantageous and the other side is also having a win-win situation. It's a balanced view that is called intellect.
Okay. Who's that? Please, when you have turned on your audio, also please name it. I cannot see it here because I have turned off.
Sorry, sir. My name is Harmesh Madhyani. Harmesh Madhyani.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Harmesh. Thank you.
Thanks.
Anyone else wants to share? Beautiful. Beautiful. You're almost there, but I will give you, yes, Manish. Intelligence
yes.
is to use cognitive function of the brain instead of reptile brain. Thank you. Use it. All right. Right. Yeah. Anyone else? Right.
You can either put your hands up and
Yeah.
we will
Yeah.
make sure that you get a chance to speak, or you can put your questions in the chat box.
Right. Uh, yeah. Right. Nevertheless, thank you. Thank you all, Harmesh and also Manish. Uh, I will little bit clarify it further and make it very pointed definition. You need to differentiate between intelligence, that is knowledge, gyan, and intellect, which is buddhi and vivek. Many times the intelligence is mistaken for intellect. Intelligence is knowledge with feelings. That's a Britannica definition. Information acquired from external sources such as universities, college, internet, by which you make your living. Right? With the knowledge and intelligence, we make our living, as what Harmesh has also said it very nicely. And you go to medical school to get knowledge of medicine and make a living. You go to engineering school to get a knowledge of engineering and make a living. But does that develop intellect? That's a major question. Because in our today, excellence is not talent, skill. Remember, any amount of intelligence and knowledge is unrelated to thinking clearly and logically. Having acquired the knowledge, we need to have that ability to think clearly and logically. No place in the world has capacity to develop your intellect. And they are not doing it. You need to put in self-effort, and let's see in a short how. How are we, how can we develop our intellect? Yeah, you can unmute and say, or with your name and your answer, or you can put it in the chat box.
Captain Pratap, Akashdeep has given us a really nice quotation about what intelligence means to her. So she's saying intelligence means the capacity for logic, understanding, and self-awareness. This is from Akashdeep.
Yeah, thank you so much. And as I'm explaining, you will know how much right you are. Okay. Thank you so much, Akashdeep. Yes. So how do I develop intellect is a main question here today. Anyone? Okay. Yes, Prerna. Intellect can be developed by proper mind control through meditation. I know you have been attending classes. So, okay, somewhat close by. Yes, right. Yes, Suresh ji, please go ahead.
My sister-in-law developed intelligence long time ago when she qualified. Over the number of years, now I see that she has developed intellect.
Thank you.
So, how do you find changes? Means, how do you know she has developed intellect? Because that's the question. Okay, right. Most people work with herd instinct and follow their predecessors. But if you want to develop intellect, there are two principles you need to follow. Two principles you need to follow. That is, number one, never accept anything for granted. Number two, question everything. Okay, it's as simple as that. And that is what, friends, it should have started at the age of 7, perhaps a bit late now, but for the sake of our children, grandchildren, it's never too late. Never too late. Yes. And of course, these are the techniques which we talk about in our uh, nurturing classes to empower your mind. So this needs a lot of practice and uh, perseverance. To use your intelligence, you need intellect. To use your intelligence, you need intellect. Hundreds of medical professionals have passed out from medical schools, but only one guy performed first successful kidney transplant. Who is he? Anyone? Dr. Joseph Murray. There was only one guy who first championed the cure of tuberculosis. Who is he? Sir John Crofton. Friends, same way, hundreds of engineers have passed out from the engineering schools, but only one guy got the idea to build Eurotunnel. I know the people from London can tell me who got the idea to build Eurotunnel. Who is he? Right. The idea was first conceived in 1802. 1802 by a French mining engineer, Albert Mathieu. Albert Mathieu, yeah, if I pronounce it correctly. Later pursued by Thom de Gamin in 1857. Finally, it became a reality in 1990. Imagine. There was a passion, there was a determination to go ahead and solve that idea. Right? What about the guy who conceived Panama Canal to unite Atlantic with Pacific Ocean? I know Shama ji can tell me. He lives in California, very close to Panama Canal, maybe a few 1,000 kilometers, not more. Yes. John Frank Stephens started the project in 1872, though it was conceived way back in 1513 by Vasco Balboa, a Spanish guy. This is the perseverance. This is the idea of all these professionals who get their degrees, they get their knowledge, and even most of these guys are without degrees, without anything, but they have that intellect to solve the issue in the interest of the humanity. The higher goal. All these people have higher goals. Right? That's very important. Now, how do I use intellect in my day-to-day working? I know all these are very nice talks. It's, of course, gives us a motivation. I need to do something. But coming back, how do I use it in my day-to-day working? The question is whether I am driven by initiative or incentive to work. How do I know? Huh? So friends, to use the intelligence, you need intellect. If you have intellect, your business or profession will grow. You will then have initiative to grow. I'm sure you all know the difference between initiative and incentive. Otherwise, the people worldwide are driven by incentive and not initiative. And those are the people whose their business do not grow. These are the guys whose professional career who does not grow, who live on incentives. If you sit for another 2 hours in the office, you will get $5 more, or you will get $1,000 more incentive. But what makes you sit in the office? We need to find out. we need to find out, right? How will you know this? Is initiative is selfless action. Initiative is a selfless action, whereas incentive is selfish action. The selfless action brings in joy and is stress-free. Selfish action is ruled by stress, and people look for weekends and vacations. You all go to work, and what do you look forward to? Please put in your chat box, what do you look forward to? You look forward to weekends, vacations, yes or no? If you look forward to vacations, put yes. If you are not looking forward to vacations, put no. Let's see. Harmesh, no. Very good. Pankaj, yes. Simran, no. Rakhi, no. Muskan, no. Wonderful. Anju, yes. You're looking forward to vacation. Yes. Sheetal, yes. Steffi, yes. Jaya, no. I don't know. I might have missed Sheetal's thing. Rishi, yes. Usha, yes. Right. Thank you, everyone. I ask you, do you look forward to Monday morning or Friday evenings? If you are looking forward to Monday mornings, write Monday. If you are looking forward to Friday evenings, write Friday in your chat box. Prerna, Monday. Harmesh, Monday. Sheetal, Friday. Rishi, Usha, Monday. Rakhi, Monday. Pankaj, Monday. Right. Thank you. Jaya, Monday. Right. Okay. Right, friends. I tell people to look forward to Monday mornings. The day you do so, you have developed interest in the work. The vacations and weekends will come to you as part of your perks and salary. They are not going away anywhere. Nobody is snatching them away from you. You have an interest in the work. You enjoy your work. You love your work. It will be natural that you will be looking forward to Monday mornings. The day you do so, you have developed interest in the work. Otherwise, you want to escape from the work and looking forward to Friday evenings. And when is the weekend coming? When is the weekend coming? I can take some vacation. I mean, perhaps simply doing mundane jobs in routine manner. If you are looking forward to Friday evenings, it means simply you are doing mundane jobs in routine manner, both at work, and that habit even becomes very pronounced at home. At home. So it's very important to distinguish between what is selfish action, what is selfless action. Selfish is for myself, my family, my community, my country. Selfless is for humanity in general. I'll share you a small story of 3 stone cutters. They were cutting stones, and when the first one was asked, "What are you doing?" he said, "Can't you see what am I doing?" The second person said, "I'm making a living." And do you know what did the third stone cutter said? "I am building a bridge. I am building a new parliament house. I am building a dam." The same stone cutter, 3 different views. Now see, the third one is devoted. He's cutting stones selflessly for the development, for the humanity. Everyone is getting paid, but everybody's karma, the cause and effect is different. The intentions are different. Therefore, have a clear differentiation between selfish actions and selfless actions. Right? So, friends, the work today in business houses is extracted through incentives, which are like fertilizers. You fertilize vegetables with chemicals, you fertilize body with supplements and vitamins, and you fertilize your actions with incentives. Hence, they are not organic actions. But you want everything in your life organic. It's contradictory. If you want perfect action, be free from incentives. Must develop initiative to work and enthusiasm to work. Take an example of mother and nurse. Nurse comes from time to time to perform a duty, whereas mother is 24/7. One is driven by incentive, the other by initiative. The lowest form of work is to work only for you and your family. Can't see anything beyond family. How does it benefit me and my family? But if you develop intellect, you will be able to identify a larger cause. You could work for your community, for your country, for humanity, perhaps entire living creatures. Larger the circle, greater the initiative. The moment we work for larger causes, there are endless initiatives which will drive you to serve and serve the humanity. Is there anything more heartening than that? I ask you. Is there anything more joyful than that? You change yourself, you change the world. You lift yourself, you lift the world. Right. So, friends, just talking about the relationship, I will share with you relationship and intellect. It's very interesting. You heard about Lord Krishna and his elder brother Balram. Krishna had capacity to think, to reflect, to contemplate, to judge. That he was high on intellect. Whereas emotion, impulses, attachments resided in Balram. However, Krishna had a lot of respect and love for his elder brother. Yet, they maintained very cordial relationship despite basic differences in nature. How? You need to have, again, powerful intellect. That is what we have been talking for last 35 minutes, 40 minutes. Even for good relationship, you need to have powerful intellect. It is not whom you meet or what for you meet that matters. You are all the time trying to find the right person in relationship. You are all the time trying to find the right person. There is no possibility at all. There is no possibility at all. Assess the things around you, but not be judgmental. Respect the views of others. Let there be no confrontation of their views with your body and mind. Say to yourself, if there is a shut up, you are right, I am wrong. Avoid confrontation. Drop your ego. Right. If you don't give your 100% in relationship, you will keep doubting if the other person has given his or her 100%. Right, friends? coming back to where we began, for everything good to happen with you, develop an attitude of intellect. Therefore, friends, excellence is not a skill. It is an attitude. And coming back to where we began, what difference are we making? Big or small, it does not matter. Think of selfish and selfless actions. If everyone made a small difference, you would end up with a big difference. Wouldn't you? Friends, what lifestyle you want to live, how you want to live, with whom you want to live, it's your birthright as a human. You can choose to be happy much of the time or not. You can choose to create a life filled with melodrama or a life filled with peace and joy, both at work and in school, with great interpersonal relationship and in the best of health. The choice is yours. Choice is yours. I would just like to summarize before I finish this session. Number one, never accept anything for granted. Number two, question everything. Number three, to relate to the world, develop an attitude of giving, not taking. We all go to temple and pray to God. Lord, give me this. Hey Prabhu, मेरे को ये देना, मेरे को वो चाहिए, मेरे को वो चाहिए. Lord, I've yet to see here my person in the temple. मैं आपको ये दे रहा हूँ. मैं इस दुनिया के लिए ये चीज समर्पित कर रहा हूँ. I'm not asking what you do. Surrender to the God and seek tax exemption after that. So develop an attitude of giving, not taking. Number four, develop spirit of sacrifice and service. Very simple. Two people are crossing, or entering a lift, or entering a car, or coming out. Next to you, ma'am. After you, sir. This is a spirit of sacrifice. Let other person have it. And number five, person who has better IQ can find answers quickly. Remember that. But those who have great attitude can provide better solutions. Friends, the greatest discovery of this generation is that human being can alter his life by altering his attitude. Friends, thank you. I am grateful to Vedanta Academy for guidance through their publications authored by Swami Parthasarathi and coached by my teacher, Dr. Janki Santi. I am also grateful to my family who always encouraged me to pursue my passion. And last not least, I'm grateful to my co-hosts, Sheetal, Pravesh, and Jaya from Tanjore. Thank you all so much. Right. The key to develop an attitude of intellect is practice, meditation, and spiritual upliftment. Spiritual upliftment. Right, friends. Thank you so much. Should you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Like to
Yes, Sheetal.
invite anyone for any questions, please, for Captain Pratap? Please write them either in the chat box or feel free to just raise your hand and we will give you a chance to ask him anything that you would like to. Any questions? Steffi, yes, Steffi. Please unmute and you can ask your question to Captain Pratap. Steffi? Okay, Steffi?
Yes.
Yes, please unmute and then you can ask your question.
what if we identify ourselves कि हमारे पास इंटेलेक्ट नहीं है और हम उस आइडेंटिफिकेशन में खो के रह जाएं और को मतलब डेवलप ही ना कर पाए इंटेलेक्ट, तो क्या होगा? मतलब फॉर एग्जांपल मैं अगर इस सेशन के बाद ये सोच रही हूँ कि I was ruled by emotions rather than my intellect, तो मुझे अभी क्या करना चाहिए कि मैं अपने इंटेलेक्ट को डेवलप कर सकूं?
Lovely question. Yes, in a very simple way, develop a habit of questioning. Don't take everything for granted. Now, questioning does not mean you have to find someone to give you answer. People may not be able to give your answers. Therefore, you need to read the good books, the scriptures. They will answer you. When I say read, please correct me. It is the study of these scriptures. When you read the scripture of your choice, whatever your faith is, maybe a Bhagavad Gita is basically a technique to live a better life. It's nothing to do about any gods or something like this. So I read that and I find answer in that. Okay, then I read autobiographies. Autobiography of there's so many great people. Yoganand Paramhans to Shivanand. That's my choice. You could read an autobiography of maybe a Sachin Tendulkar or a Saurabh Ganguly. You could read an autobiography of Elon Musk. You could read something about all these people who have been immensely successful. Read them, study them, not read them, study them. And the best time is in the morning, let's say around 5 to 7 o'clock. Of course, ideal, people would laugh here if I say 4 to 6. That's the Brahmkal, most ideal for absorption. But nevertheless, any time, early morning is the ideal time to grasp, study, read a page, do a reflection, do introspection, talk to the people whom you can find answers. Okay, so this is in short, but I know you have recently started coming for this morning classes, and you will get an answer in detail how to develop your intellect. Not only this, as a father, as a mother, as a even parent, you need to help your children develop intellect. So there is a process we need to learn from. Steffi, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, Staffy. You can put your hand down. Captain Pratap, we've got 2 more questions. The first one is from Prerna Sharma. And Prana is asking, how would we know if we have actually developed intellect in reality or not?
Oh, that's really great. It's a lovely question. How would we know? Yes, I'll just show you a small slide, another slide which I was not, it's kept in the reserve. Now you can see here in this slide. Can you see my pointer or marker cursor on this slide? No, you can't see. Sheetal, can you see the cursor?
No, I can't see the cursor either.
Yeah, so, okay, fine. You see a person who has got 100% intellect will keep his emotions under control, right? Emotions under control, and he's a perfectly sane person. Position A, sane person. And person who has got his, let's say, 75% of intellect and 25% impulsive, is emotional person, right? Now, if your emotions are strong or 50-50, then the life becomes little difficult. How would you know? Means you are not getting what you want all the time. It's only randomly that you get success, and it's not a consecutive success in what you are doing. Okay. So how would I know my intellect is not developed? Because you are not able to answer and find a solution. But you know your job, you can go there, attend 9 to 5 office, you read your books, you learn your books, you memorize your chapter and go and answer. You get a first class, good memory you have developed, maybe Shank Pushpi or something you have had. But you are not able to find a solution. You are not able to reflect on what is happening around. That shows your lack of intellect. Okay. Small things in the house. Let's say I know of my cousin who is an electrical engineer from Bits Pilani. But in the home, if the iron press gets bad, he doesn't know how to change the wire. Okay. He can't apply what his knowledge is there, you know. It happens to most of us. We have become a doctor, we become a lawyer, we go to the work, we get a client, we make a living. That's it. We make a living. You can even become rich, it doesn't matter. But you are not doing service to the humanity by finding solutions. Prerna, is that all right?
Yes, Captain.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, we have one final question from Om Prakash Duparji, and he's asking, if a person stays negative in a relationship and does not trust the other person, how does the other person, or how the other person can make oneself trustworthy using intellect, which way it is simple to exercise? Should I repeat that?
Yeah, no, I got the hang of it.
Okay.
In relationship, one person is positive, other person is negative. And how does one, what is the last question? How does one?
How the other person can make oneself trustworthy using intellect, which way it is simple to exercise?
There's nothing like simple. If you have got intellect, you will always give in your 100% irrespective of what the other person is doing. We have no control over the other person. Remember always, we have no control over our partner, the spouse. We have no control over our children. I have control over myself. I can change myself. I can't change anyone else. I give 100% in the relationship. Forget about whether other person is giving or not giving. If there is a continuous problem of other person not giving you 100%, they are being negative. You have a choice to continue with the relationship or not to continue with that relationship. Okay. But if you want to continue with it, continue to give 100%. Do your selfless action. Whatever you do is for the good of the other person. Your action, your karmas will bring the cause. The effect will be positive for you in your future time. For as other person is your perspective, your judgment, whether 100% or not. You don't worry about the other person at all. You cannot judge. You shouldn't be judging other person. On our part, we do our best, give our, and you will know if you are doing 100%, you will be able to sleep peacefully at night. The person who is negative, who is not giving 100%, I can tell you they will be undergoing a lot of stress. They will be undergoing sleepless nights. Om Prakash ji, is that okay?
100%. I 100% agree with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah. What else?
Great. Any final questions from anyone before we close this session? Anyone at all? Okay, amazing. So just a big thank you to you, Captain
Acha,
Pratap.
if you have, Sheetal, can we take 5 minutes and I want to show you this uh, uh, chart which was there.
Yeah, sure. Yes,
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Go for it. Go for it.
Okay, look, this is a small chart that I have taken from the book Governing Business and Relationship by Swami Parthasarthi ji. Right. Now you can see the, right, can you see the position A, all of you? Right. Okay.
Yes, Captain.
Yeah, please.
Yes, yes.
Right. Oh, wonderful. So position A is where there is 100% intellect and zero emotions. It does not mean person doesn't have emotions. Okay. As a human being, we all have emotions, will remain there so. But your emotions are under control by your intellect. It is like you are going somewhere else, there is a disappointment or something, you burst out crying, you burst out, मेरे को खाना नहीं खाना है, मेरे को ये नहीं करना है, I forget it, the world is useless. That means you are going insane. You are being eccentric. You have seen all of these people. But the same thing, person who is got 100% intellect, these are all, the best of the examples I'm giving you, means he will also have the same amount of emotions, but he will know when to express, when not to express, how much to express, how much not to express. So position A is when a person's intellect supervises and guides every impulse and emotion of his mind. Hence his actions would be 100% discriminative and 0% impulsive. Means he won't be reacting, he would be responding to every situation, whether favorable or unfavorable. In position B, as the intellectual supervision and guidance falls to 75%, so would his discriminative action. His impulsive reactions rise to 25%. The rational makes him emotional person. Similarly, in position C, 50% intellect, 50% emotion. We have seen all such people around us. They are eccentric. We don't know when they will, how they will behave. Then in position D, there are people with only 25% intellect, discriminative power, and 75% impulsive behavior. They are hysterical persons, absolutely. We have all such people, okay, in our life. And you will also find that a person who is highly emotional, maybe well liked, loved by everyone, he's the talk of the social gathering, cocktails, social going around, but they invariably have a lot of problems, relationship problems, they have health problems, they are not successful in doing what they want. So we take a control of your life, take control of your life, and it will come only through intellect and developing right attitude. Yeah. That's it, friends. Thank you so much, right? Yeah, for everything. Yes, Sheetal, you may like to sum up.
Thank you, Uncle. This was thank you for yet another very amazing and insightful session. I do hope everyone agrees that intellect is extremely important, and we all have to learn to keep our emotions in control so we can all think radically, we can think before reacting and make the right decisions. And thank you, Captain Pratap, for giving us all this important knowledge and education on how we can develop our intellect and try and keep our emotions in control. So just before we close, I would just like to remind everyone that we do have our daily Monday to Friday classes at 6:30 a.m. India class, where Captain Pratap will do help. Will engage in meditation classes. He does discussions as well, and these are absolutely free of charge. For those of you who are new, who are first time participants, please do join in. Captain Pratap will send the WhatsApp links for his daily classes. And we do also have our regular Saturday afternoon classes, well, afternoon for UK, but evening for India, 6:30 p.m. So please do try and join us as much as possible. And thank you all again for your time. Thank you again for giving us your presence. And we hope to see you all again next Saturday with yet another great topic and another knowledgeable session. So thank you all again. And thank you, Captain Pratap. Stay safe. Stay well.
Just before that, should you have any problem joining our WhatsApp group, please do message me, right? From wherever you got my contact to join this, or request for details in the group. That's a mind retreat group is there. Please do join. You will get all the information. And those who are regular will be shifted to another regular group who are practicing it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sheetal. Thank you, Pravesh.
Thank you, everyone. Stay safe, stay well.
Thank you. Thank you, Captain. Thank you, Sheetal.
And we'll see you all next week.